So you can start, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam. Good morning to one and all gathered here. It's my immense pleasure to welcome the gathering of PhD Voce examination of Mr. G. Thirumal, part-time PhD scholar, under the able guidance of Dr. Rajkumar sir, Professor, Department of Physical Education, Bharathiar University, Coimbatore. In this fine occasion, first of all, I would like to welcome most respected Dr. Sethu sir, external examiner of this Voce examination. On behalf of the Department of Physical Education, we wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. I do welcome the research supervisor and the convener of this Voce examination, Dr. Rajkumar sir, Professor, Department of Physical Education. On behalf of the Department of Physical Education, we wholeheartedly welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I do welcome our department faculty member, Dr. Professor, Senior Professor, Dr. Thirumal sir, Dr. I. Lilipusham madam, Dr. Kumaravel sir, Dr. Rajesh sir, Dr. Jayakumar sir, Dr. Velkumar sir, Dr. Lakshmanan sir, and Dr. Jayachandran and Kogila madam. So in this occasion, I welcome you all. I do welcome the faculty members from the various institutions, various department of Tamil Nadu Physical and Sports University. And also I welcome MPhil and PhD scholars and my dear students, friends. So once again, I welcome you all in this fine occasion. Now I will hand over the session to research supervisor and convener for further proceedings. Over to you, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sundar sir, my teacher, respected Registrar, Dr. Thirumal sir, respected Control of Examiner and Head of the Department, my dear brother, Dr. Maniandan, Professor, and my dear friend as well as philosopher, Dr. Sethu. He will be acted as an external examiner in this Voce examination. And learned faculty members, Dr. Thirumal sir, and Dr. Lilipusham madam, Dr. Jayachandran sir, Dr. Sandip sir, Dr. Rajesh, Dr. Velmurugan sir, Dr. Lakshmanan sir, and research faculty members. It's a great occasion as well as a wonderful session for my opportunity. Actually, my scholar has come across a lot of hurdles in this situation. So, in this occasion, I must thank to the Control of Examiner, Dr. Maniandan, for give a wonderful support for completing this Voce examination. In this occasion, I just Dr. S. Sethu. He is my colleague during that Dr. College of Education. He is a very good athlete and athletic knowledge. In south side, very well known that Dr. Sethu is most familiar figure for research as well as athletics. Now he is working as assistant professor in Manonia Sundara University, Tirunelveli. So he will readily accepted as well as act as external examiner for this Voce. So I must thank you and welcome to Dr. Sethu sir for this Voce examination. And I must welcome to all the learned faculty members for this Voce examination. Then I introduce my scholar. My scholar, G. Thirumal. Actually, he is a very good volleyball player during 2004 to 7 and nowadays itself, because he was my student in Dr. College position. While I got an appointment in Maruti College of Association, that time I got an opportunity to guide him during his personal reasons, some other. So now he's come to in the final stage of his studies. Actually, he studied and working in his completed MPhD in Sundara College of Education. He worked principal in charge in G1 College of Physical Education, Kadapa. Will be assistant professor and principal in charge. Then after that, he is a physical director in Ramakrishna Metric Higher Secondary School. Arasampatti. Now he is working. So he he studied a lot of institutional affairs there. Now, Dr. Sedu sir, with your permission, shall I continue the Viva's presentation by Dr. Sedu? Sorry, Dr. Cesar. Shall I proceed? Okay. I request Mr. G. Thirumal, please present your PhD evaluation.
Good morning, sir. My name is Thirumal. Lecture Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir.
Rajkumar sir.
Sir, சொல்லுங்க sir.
Yeah, good morning, one and all present here. I am very sorry for the interruption. Due to the unavoidable circumstances, I should be there in the meeting of NAC of our university. So I am very sorry to join at the right time. Anyway, most respected Professor and Head, Department of Physical Education, Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, Dr. S. Manikandan sir, Controller of Examination in charge, and the convener and guide, Dr. Rajkumar sir, and other special invitees who are joined in this platform. Very good morning once again. Due to the commitment right now, I am unable to elaborate. Now, I will take time at the end after presenting by the scholar. Now I request scholar Mr. Thirumal to present his research report with the permission of convener. Now, Mr. Thirumal, please go ahead. Rajkumar sir.
Yes, sir.
I will have a brief discussion at the later end.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, please. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Sorry.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Manikandan sir.
Yes, sir. The scholar can go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Manikandan.
My research topic is effect of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practices on health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables among old age men. In my research, the following subject topics and come the subject topic and outline of presentation, introduction, statement of problem, significance of study, hypothesis, methodology, selection of subjects, selection of variables, selection of tests, training program, the experimental design and statical technique, analysis of the data, discussion on the finding, discussion on the hypothesis, conclusion, recommendations.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir.
Introduction. Asanas are the control of body and mind, purification of our mind, veins and nerves, and promotion of general health of the body. Pranayama means control and regulation of the breath. Prana is the vital power or force which is motivating every element on the earth and is the origin of the force of thought. Meditation. Meditation is the act of focusing one's thoughts or engaging in self-replication or contemplation. Significance of the study to analyze the changes on selected health-related physical fitnesses and psychological variables. The results of the study would help to introduce the yogic training packages for men, old age men. The results of the study would motivate the old age men to regularly practice the yogic exercise. Statement of the problem. The purpose of study was to find out the effect of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practice on the health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables among old age men. Hypothesis. The percent of study following hypothesis was formulated in the experts. It was hypothesis that there would be a significant improvement in selected health-related physical fitness from the baseline to post-training due to the influence of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practices among the old age men. Second one, it was hypothesis that there would be a significant improvement in selected psychological variables from the baseline to post-training due to the influence of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practice among the old age men. It was hypothesis that the combined practice group would show significant improvement on the health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables than the historic asana, pranayama, and meditation groups. In this slide, select of subjects to achieve the purpose of the present study. The 60-year-old man, those who were regular workers in Tian College of Physical Education, Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh, India, were selected as subject a random and their ages were above 60 years. The subjects were divided in 4 equal groups of the 15 each group. Group 1 acted as experimental, Group 1 asana practices, Group 2 act as experimental, Group 2 pranayama practices, Group 3 act as experimental, Group 3 meditation practice, and Group 4 act as the experimental, Group 4 combined training. This is slide so is the following dependent variables and selected for my research. Health related physical fitness variables. First one, cardio respiratory endurance. Second one, flexibility. Third one, muscular strength and endurance. Fourth one, body composition. Psychological variables. First one, stress. Second one, anxiety. The independent variables and asana practices, pranayama practices, meditation practices, combined practices. This is slide shows the selection of test. First one, cardio respiratory endurance measured by Cooper Toolmates run and walk test and the unit of meters. Second one, flexibility, the measures by sit and reach test and the unit of centimeters. Third one, muscular strength and endurance measures by sit-ups and unit of numbers. Fourth one, body composition measures by BMI and the unit of kg by meter square. Fifth one, stress measures by Everly and Gardinos, the unit of scores. Anxiety measures by Smile Burgess State Anxiety, the questionnaire and the unit of scores. Training program. During the training period of the experimental groups underwent their respiratory training program in addition to their daily regular activities as per the schedule. When designing the training schedule, the fundamental, the force training principles were considered. The experimental groups, the namely asana practice, pranayama practices, meditation practices, and combined practices and their respective experimental training on their 3 alternate days per week for 12 weeks. The asana practice under and the training between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The pranayama practices under and the training between 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Meditation practices under the training between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Combined practices under training between 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The asana practice program for old age men in 12 weeks. Pranayama practice program for this 1 to 12 weeks. First and fourth weeks, the list of pranayama, Alumana, Vayamana, Nadi Suddhi, Ujjay, Surya Dandana, Vastrika, do's and 20 minutes, frequency Monday, Wednesday, Friday, stretching exercise 5 to 10 minutes. Fourth to 8th weeks, Alumana, Nadi Suddhi, Ujjana, Surya Dandana, Vastrika, 30 minutes duration, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wednesday, 9th to 12th weeks, Halumela, Nadi Suddhi, Vijay, Surya Dandana, Bastarika, 40 minutes duration, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Meditation practice meditation practice. Meditation 10 minutes, first and fourth weeks. Fifth and eighth weeks, meditation. Ninth and 12th weeks, meditation. The slide shows the combined practice program, 12 weeks. First weeks, asana, pranayama, meditation. First 4th weeks. 5th to 8th weeks, asana, pranayama, meditation. 9th to 12th weeks, asana, pranayama, meditation. Statical techniques. The following statical techniques were adapted to treat the collected data in connection with the established hypothesis and objectives of this study to find out the difference between pre and post test of the each groups. The fair test T, the test was used to analyze of the cohesion ANOVA was completed because the subjects were selected random, but the groups were not equated in relation to the factors to be examined. Hence, the difference between means of the 4 groups in the pre-test and pre-test are to be taken into account during the analysis of the post-test differences between the means. This is achieved by the application of analysis of coefficients, where the final means were adjusted for difference in initial means and the adjusted means were tested for significances whenever the adjusted post-test means were found significant. The sufficient post-act test was administered to find out the fair means difference. To test the optimum results on the variables level of significance 0.05 was chosen and considered as sufficient for the study. This slide shows the T ratio of asana practice for first one, cardiac expertise endurance, T ratio 4.24. Second one, flexibility, T ratio 5.95. Muscular strength and endurance, T ratio 5.47. Body composition, T ratio 3.49. Stress, T ratio 5.78. Anxiety, T ratio 17.77. This slide shows T ratio of pranayama practice for variables. First one, cardiac respiratory endurance, T ratio 3.37. Flexibility, T ratio 5.96. Muscular and strength endurance, T ratio 4.93. Fourth one, body composition, T ratio 3.22. Stress, T ratio 6.00. Anxiety, T ratio 16.09. This slide shows T ratio of meditation practice for variable. First one, cardiorespiratory endurance, T ratio 4.18. Flexibility, T ratio 7.52. Muscular and strength endurance, T ratio 7.40. Fourth one, body composition, T ratio 4.31. Fifth one, stress, T ratio 7.98. This one, anxiety, T ratio 26.91. This slide shows series of combined practices from cardiorespiratory endurance, T ratio 9.17, and second one flexibility, T ratio 13.45, third one muscular strength and endurance, T ratio 7.87, body composition, T ratio 7.60, stress, T ratio 9.43, anxiety 22.04 T ratio. This slide shows the composition of analysis of cohesion of asana, pranayama, meditation combined practices on selected health-related physical fitness compounds and psychological variables of old age man. The variables cardio, respiratory endurance, F ratio 7.64, flexibility, F ratio 8.46, muscular strength and endurance, F ratio 5.66, body composition, the adjusted F ratio 5.28, stress adjusted F ratio 11.49, and anxiety adjusted F ratio 21.71. This slide shows the suppers test for difference between the adjust force test means and selected health related physical fitness compound and psychological variables of old age man. Variables cardiorespiratory endurance, CI value 53.77, flexibility, CI 1.83, muscular strength and endurance, CI 2.66. The surface test for the difference between an adjusted force test means and selected health related physical fitness compound and psychological variables of old age men. Variables body composition, CI 1.77, stress 3.72, anxiety CI 2.03. This slide shows the discussion on hypothesis. The first hypothesis started that there would be a significant improvement in selected health-related physical fitness from the baseline to post-training due to the influence of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practice among the old age men. The second hypothesis started there would be a significant improvement in selected psychological variables from the baseline to post-training due to the influence of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practice among the old age men. The third hypothesis started that the combined practice group would show significant improvement on health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables than the asana, pranayama, and meditation groups. Discussion on trending. This trending of the study showed that there were significant improvement in selected health-related physical fitness from the baseline to post-training due to the influence of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practice among the old age men. Hence, the first hypothesis was accepted on the above set variables. Second, the finding of this study showed that there were significant improvement in selected psychological variables from the baseline to post-training due to the influence of asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practices among the old age men. Hence, the second hypothesis was accepted on the above set variables. Third, the pending up study showed that the combined practice group showed significant improvement on health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables than the asana, pranayama, and meditation groups. The ends of the third hypothesis was also accepted on the above set variables. Conclusions. The asana practice group had shown significant improvement in all the selected health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables among old-age men after undergoing asana practice for a period of 12 weeks. Second, pranayama practices group had shown significant improvement in all the selected health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables among old men after the undergoing pranayama practice for a period of 12 weeks. The meditation practice group had shown significant improvement in all the selected health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables among old men after undergoing meditation practices for period of 12 weeks. The combined practices group had shown significant improvement in all the selected health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables among old men than the asana, pranayama, and meditation practices group. Recommendation for implication. These results of this research study clearly indicate that asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practices group could enhance the performance of the old man in almost all the selected health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables. Hence, it is recommended that the old age, the people should give importance to include asana, pranayama, meditation, and combined practice. It is also recommended that the old age men should have the knowledge about asana, pranayama, meditation practices to train for enhancing their performances. Recommendation for future research. A similar study may be conducted on old women to assess their level in the selected variables. A similar study may be conducted on the different age category. A similar study may be conducted in greater detail to assess change and biochemical, psychological, and other physical fitness variables.
Rajkumar sir, is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. G. Thirumal, congratulations.
Sir, good morning, sir. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations for your presentations. And few questions
Sir.
from the adjudicator.
Yes.
So listen the question carefully.
Okay, sir.
No tension.
Okay, sir.
Right, relax. You have done your part excellently. The presentation of your research report. Now keep your mind very cool and calm and
Okay,
listen
sir.
the questions what I am going to ask right now. Right. So the first question,
Yes.
how many experimental groups in your study?
There are 4 groups, sir.
Okay. How many control groups in your study?
Control groups. There are 1 groups only, sir.
Total how many groups in your study?
4, sir.
Again, I am telling, keep quiet, keep very calm and cool and tell the answer very carefully. So experimental group is 4 and total group is 4. Then how the control group will come?
No group, sir.
No control group. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
what I want from you.
Yes,
Why?
sir.
My question, why? Why you have not keep the control group in your study?
So there are
Is
4
there
groups.
any specific reason?
Control the combined groups taken. That's why not needed for control group, sir.
My suggestion to you,
Okay, sir.
have a control group in futures, right?
Okay, okay, sir.
That's one of the important aspects of experimental study.
Okay, sir.
Even though your combined group is
Okay.
also one of the experimental group along with the other experimental group,
Okay, sir.
the module may be differ, but it's comes under the experimental group.
Okay,
While
sir.
conducting a study like this, you
Okay,
should
sir.
keep a control group
Okay,
which
sir.
will support your results of the study
Okay, sir.
still better than
Okay,
what
sir.
you have right now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in future, you
Thank
have to add the control group in your research work if you conduct any experimental study.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So what
thanks.
is the age group of your participant?
60 years old age man.
Age group, age
Six-
range.
60 years old age.
Exactly 60 years, or is there any range?
Above 60 years, sir.
Do you have a 60 to 70 or 60 to 65 or 55 to 65 like that, or only the people those who are having the age of 60
No, sir.
was selected your study?
Above 60 years old.
Whether you have taken any measure to control the age difference?
Okay, sir.
உங்க ஸ்டடியில மேக்ஸிமம் ஏஜ் இவ்வளவு இருக்காங்க, மினிமம் ஏஜ் இவ்வளவு இருக்காங்க, அப்படி ஏதாச்சும் ரெக்கார்ட் இருக்கா உங்கள்கிட்ட?
இல்ல சார்.
இல்ல sir.
Okay, that's why, because it's a question arises how you control the age, because it's a senior man you have to, so there may be a possibilities of physical deformities or physical illness. Then how is it possible to control the age difference in your study? As you said, it is a 60 years. There is no criteria set on the age. Okay. Next, how the old age men cooperated for your study during testing as well as the training?
Sir asking, train பண்றப்ப அவங்க என்னென்ன
Problem the mitigate. The walkers daily in my college ground, sir. That's why I taken walkers only. I conduct a test very easy, sir.
டெஸ்ட் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு ஃப்ரீயா இது பண்ணாங்களா இல்ல எதுவும்?
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ரீயா இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு சம்பளம். நம்ம யோகா மெடிடேஷன் எல்லாம் சொல்ற போது அப்ப ஈஸியா ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டாங்க. யோகாக்கு செப்பரேட்டா போகும்போது வெளியில போய் ட்ரெயின் அப் பண்ணுவாங்க. நம்ம காலேஜில் வாக்கர்ஸ் இங்கே வரும்போது அவங்க என்னால அக்செப்ட் பண்ணி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டா வந்தாங்க.
Are you qualified in any specific degree related with yoga?
Yes, PhD diploma in yoga, sir.
Okay, you have a 4 experimental groups. How do you control that 4 experimental groups? You alone or with the help of any others?
Other staff members, my colleagues, help on us.
Okay, good. How do you fix the training program for the old age man?
The old age man exercise வேற டிஃபரெண்ட் எந்த எக்ஸசைஸ் கொடுத்தாலும் கஷ்டமா இருக்கு சார், டிஃபிகல்ட் இருக்கும். யோகா பண்ணா ஈஸியா பண்ணிடுவாங்க. அவங்கள ரிஸ்க் இல்லாம ஆசனாஸ் பண்ண மெடிடேஷன் பண்றது அவங்களுக்கு ஈஸியா இருக்கிறதுனால அதை நான் செலக்ட் பண்ணேன் சார் டாபிக்.
ஆசனா, பிராணாயாமா, மெடிடேஷன்.
எஸ் சார்.
இத தனித்தனியா எடுத்ததுக்குண்டான காரணம் என்ன? What is the reason behind taking or conducting an experiment with asana, pranayama and meditation? Mostly, everyone, they want to have all these 3 in single training session, but you have taken isolated as well as combined. Is there any reason? ஏன் தனித்தனியா எடுத்திருக்கீங்க? மறுபடியும் கம்பைண்டும் போயிருக்கீங்க.
ஆமா.
தனித்தனியா எடுத்ததுக்கு ஏதாச்சும் காரணம் இருக்கா?
டிஃபரன்சியேஷன் எடுக்கும்போது ஈஸியா இருக்குன்னு.
Asanas கொடுக்கும்போது you were given only asana alone during
Yes,
the
sir.
pranayama practice. You were given only pranayama.
Yes, sir.
இல்ல வேற ஏதாவது ஆட் பண்ணீங்களா? You added anything along with that?
No, sir.
ஏஜ் கேட்டகரி அது பிரிச்சிருக்கோம். ஸோ அதனால அது வந்து தனித்தனியா
கொடுத்தா
கம்பைன்
easier.
Okay. You have presented the usual recommendation, and is there any specific recommendation after conducting this study as an outcome for the public? ஏதாவது சொல்ல விரும்புறீங்களா? ஏன்னா ஓல்ட் ஏஜ் பீப்புளுக்கு நீங்க கண்டக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க.
ஆமா.
ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா உங்களுடைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ், from the experiences, leaving the statistical results or other thing, from your experiences, anything you want to say the public out of your study?
Yes. ஹெல்த் நல்லா இருக்குங்க சார். ஃபியூச்சர்ல ஹெல்த் எந்த டிசீஸ் இல்லாம நல்லா வாழலான்ற லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் நல்லா சேஞ்ச் ஆகும் சார்.
யோகாஸ் பண்ணும்போது நல்ல பெனிஃபிட்ஸ் இருக்குன்றீங்க. அப்படிதானே உங்க ஸ்டடீஸ்?
எஸ் சார். எஸ் சார்.
என்ன ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்ஸ் பயன்படுத்துறீங்க?
அடக்கம் சார்.
அங்க இங்கெல்லாம் நீங்க பார்க்கவே வேண்டாம். ஜஸ்ட் ஆல்ரெடி யூ ஹேவ் பிரசன்டட். அதானே சொல்றேன். மறுபடியும் லிசன் மை क्वेश्चन. இட் இஸ் ஈஸியஸ்ட் क्वेश्चन தான். சரிங்களா? லிசன் மை क्वेश्चन. நதிங் ஹார்ட் I am asking to you.
Yes, yes.
Very simple questions. What are all the statistics used in your study?
Anakova Covaxin.
Anakova.
Anakova.
No. What is the one more?
Covaxin.
Anakova. Okay. That
Yes,
is analysis
yes,
of covariance.
yes.
What is one more?
Yes.
Paranga. Just you can go to the slides.
Yes.
Only 2 statistics you are applied. And the 2 statistics என்னன்னா, என்னுடைய क्वेश्चन அது இல்ல. क्वेश्चन இனிமே தான் சொல்ல கேட்க போறேன். Before that, you must have an idea about the statistics.
Parity test. Parity test.
Third sample.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Third sample t-test and
Yes.
Anakova.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My questions are, you can take it as a point in the future.
Yes, sir.
Before going to conduct the
Yes.
inferential statistics, parametric statistics.
Parametric statistics.
Whether you conducted assumption test, say yes or no. Whether you conducted assumption test in your study. நீங்க இந்த assumption test ஒன்னு உண்டு. அத உங்க ஸ்டடில நீங்க கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா?
No, sir.
Okay. Future-la அதை add பண்ணு.
Yes, sir.
That's what I want to convey to you, because not only you, many of the studies, they never use the assumption test.
Assumption.
But most of the universities today sending the thesis for evaluation in abroad. So
Okay.
in future, whenever you go for publication of papers or conducting any research, if you are using the parametric like paired sample analysis of covariance,
Yes, sir.
assumption test is must.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
MBA படிக்கணும்னா BPED இருந்தா தான் MBA படிக்க முடியும்.
Yes, sir.
அனகோவா போடணும்னா உடனே ஒரு நம்பர் இருக்கு, எடுத்தோன்னே அனகோவா போட்டுற முடியும்.
Yes, sir.
It is not simply you can choose the ANACOVA for any kind of data which you possess as an experimental study.
Yes, sir.
Before that, you have to complete whether the data has the norms or criteria or the assumption for computing analysis of covariance. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's very, very important. So it's also
Yes, sir.
one of the questions raised by the adjudicator, why you have not used the assumption test for analysis of covariance in
Okay,
your study.
Okay, sir.
Right. So in the future, you have to use that assumption test, right?
Okay, sir.
Good. But anyway, still you might have gone through your study thoroughly so that you can face the Viva examination in a very courage and bold manner, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because you are also my student at Dr. Sivanthi Ayathanar College of Physical Education, myself, Dr. Rajkumar sir, and
Yes, sir.
you all 3 hailed from Dr. Sivandhi College of Physical Education. It's also one of the uniqueness of this Viva examination.
Yes, sir.
Sir, with the permission of the guide and convener, sir, may I go for the public?
Yes, sir, please. Please.
May I request the audience kindly pose any clarification to the candidate?
Dear audience, if you have any clarification regarding this Thirumal study, please ask.
There are 36 participants right now. Okay. I think I have raised many questions instead of the audience. Am I right, Rajkumar sir?
Yes, sir.
Already I posted many questions to the candidate. I think that's why the audience are keeping quiet.
Okay.
And
Thirumal,
shall I
you want to
proceed,
say
sir?
anything? Sir, Mani Indian, sir?
Shall I proceed further?
Sir, Mani Indian, sir? Shall we proceed further? Okay. Say, sir.
Okay. Right. Thirumal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Congratulations. Your part is completed successfully.
Thank you, sir.
In the partial completion of the PhD program. Viva is one of the part of that partial completions. So you have completed your presentation and answering the questions to the adjudicate, to the examiner well. The title of the study, Effect of Asana, Pranayama, Meditation and combined practices on health-related physical fitness and selected psychological variables of old-aged men. In this juncture, I would like to sum up his research work as an examiner. Regarding the chapter 1 and 2, as usual, the care was taken to narrate the justification for the study along with the objectives and the proposed hypothesis to be verified later are given very clearly in chapter 1, followed by the collection of literatures. Really, I gone through the literatures one by one, and the literatures are taken recently and also related as per the title. It's a very reliable and comprehensive research was taken to support his research findings for this research work. And the most important aspects of the research work is nothing but the methodology. To fulfill the objectives and the research questions of the research work, much care was taken to furnish a detailed aspects of methodology related with the sample, variable, test, training program. I also appreciate the candidate for the presenting the training program, because most of the presentation, they hide the training program. Here he has explained about the training program also. And the lastly, the statistical tools which were applied were explained as usual by fulfilling the purpose of the study. And regarding the chapter 4, dear audience, dear respected members of this forum, I would like to bring some important aspects which I learned recently in the chapter 4. Usually, we go for paired sample test, paired sample t-test and analysis of covariance for the experimental research work. No doubt, many years we were followed the same procedure for the experimental study. As I already discussed during the question session, that along with the main statistical analysis, we can also add the assumption test for paired sample t-test as well as analysis of covariance. For a paired sample t-test, you have to check the normality and the skewness. And for analysis of covariance, you have to check normality, homogeneity, linear relationship, and the regression slope. 4 assumption tests must be conducted before computing the analysis of covariance in any experimental study. Simply selecting the analysis of covariance is not the correct procedure for any experimental study. Okay, so this is also I learned from the experts through the foreign report. So recently we were added all these assumption tests while doing the experimental research work. Apart from this, 2 more important aspects need to be included in any experimental study or in any hypothetical testing study. The expert says T-sample or analysis of covariance just explain the difference exists or not. T-testo analysis of covariance, so improvement irukku, the difference, significant difference mattumதான் காமிக்கும். Even if it is a 0.1 or ஒரு 10ல இருந்து 11 எடுத்தாலும் significant difference தான், 10ல இருந்து 20 எடுத்தாலும் significant difference தான். See the difference of between these 2 examples, for which you have to measure the magnitude of changes in your study through effect size. So hereafter I request, and I also brought this message to all the respected members of this Viva examination, kindly go for effect size. How much magnitude the difference between the baseline to outcome or happened should be measured through effect size. And one more, whenever you go for hypothesis testing, whether your hypothesis is accepted, how far your hypothesis, either it is a null hypothesis or research hypothesis, how far these research or null hypothesis will be accepted, it must be explained through Bayesian factor 10, PF10. It's also one of the new statistical procedure added in the hypothesis testing study. So which all that also I learned recently from one of the papers. So I would like to highlight that. But regarding this research work, he has done excellently the statistical part, and the presentation of graphs for the mean, pre and post test and adjusted post test were appreciated. At the whole, the conclusions were brought up by using all proper methodology, statistical procedures, and come up with a suitable conclusions which may be fruitful suggestions for the future researcher or the society. The maybe the world people may take this findings to strengthen their health in their day-to-day life. So considering the general strength and importance of this research work, with the permission of the convener and the other members, I recommend that the thesis submitted by Mr. G. Thirumal and the Viva's examination, based on the Viva's examination, I recommend to the university authority to award Doctor of Philosophy in the discipline of physical education. With this, I congratulate the candidate as well as the guide for their achievements. And I also thank the university authorities Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected Registrar and Controller of Examination of Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, Chennai, for giving this beautiful opportunity to me to act as external examiner for this Viva examination. And particularly, I thank Dr. S. Manigandan sir and the faculty member of Department of Physical Education. Especially, I thank my good friend because we have traveled since 2001 from Dr. Sevandiyathirar College of Physical Education still today. We have a very good relationship and we were sharing our thoughts, ideas in the field of physical education frequently, who is none other than the guide and convener of this Viva examination, my good friend Dr. M. Rajkumar sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I also thank all the respected members who have joined in this platform. Thank you, one and all, for the great opportunity.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you very much. At the outset, I must thank Dr. Sethu sir for coming over here in his busy schedule. Yes, so come over here, giving a valuable ideas for future research. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. In this occasion, I must thank you for after a long gap. Dr. Manigandan will take in charge of control of examiner and completed this PhD Viva examination for G. Thirumal. So now, Manigandan, we will move to other things. Manigandan, sir. Manigandan. Manigandan, sir. What are the Pagama? So, request G. Thirumal, please read out the topics.
My sincere thanks to our beloved Dr. Sundar sir, Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, for this support in the successful completion of research work. My sincere thanks to respected Dr. Gopinath sir, Registrar, Tamil Nadu Physical Education and Sports University, for this supported in the successful completion of this research work. The sincere thanks to the control of examiner and HOD, Dr. Manigandan sir, Department of Physical Education and Sports University, for this supporter in the successful completion of this research work. My since thanks to Dr. S. Sethu sir, Assistant Professor, Manonmanim Sundaram University, my teacher, act as external examiner. Thank you, sir, for your valuable support, sir. I would like to express my cordial, sincere gratitude to my supervisor, Dr. M. Rajkumar, sir, Professor, Department of Physical Education, Bharatiyar University in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India, for this scholarly guidelines, constant encouragement, continuous support and attendance throughout the completion of work. Without these valuable guidelines, this work would not be a successful one. The successful completion of this research work, sir. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to and heartful sense of gratitude to my dear family members, research scholars, and other those who are involved in this study. Finally, I must thank to God for giving me the good health and strength of my body for successful completion of my study. Thank you, sir, one and all.
Thank you, Thirumal. As
Thank
a
you,
part
sir.
of convener of this revised examination. So I must thank to all the faculty members, those who are come over here to attend the Viva examination of Thirumal Viva examination. Control Officer Manitan sir, Dr. Thirumal sir, Lakshmanan sir, Williams madam, and Rajesh sir, Vel Murugan, Sindhu Kumar sir, and all other learner faculty members, those who are come to this platform for a successful completion of this examination. And I wholeheartedly thanks to Dr. Sedu sir for coming here and valuable session and act as a external examiner. So in my wholeheartedly thank you for all the supporters for come and attend the Viva. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.